Welcome back to Dan's Messy Garage. Right now I'm outside my messy garage because Betty is back again. This time I'm going to be taking the cast iron heads and intake off of the 347 and replacing them with trick flow aluminum heads and a chrome intake. So this is going to be an involved project. First step is to get it into the garage. So I'll set you guys up on a tripod and drive her in. Another beautiful day today. Blue skies. Still some color in the trees. Nice. Okay, back to business. One thing about this car, you gotta park it so far over. I mean, look how much room there is here. But yet the door will still hit the workbench. That's why I sold this car, because it's too big to fit in my garage and work on. And if I want to work on the passenger side, I gotta move the car this way or turn it around. But that's not why we're here today. Let me pop the hood and show you what I have to work with. Followers of the channel are already familiar with Betty's engine. It's came out of a 66 Mustang that I sold, and I put a 302, a rebuilt 302 in the Mustang before I sold it. And then the 347 went into here. But it's got cast iron heads. I think they're just 289 heads that somebody may have done porting on. Maybe they didn't. We're going to find out together. But it has headers on it. They're shorty headers, I think. Well, this has been a while since I worked on it. Yeah, they're shorties. You can see they got some hammer form marks on them. There's a sticker, Hedman shorties. It's got an Edelbrock Performer intake on it now, with the Endura shine when it kind of looks chrome. But the intake we're putting on is an air gap, RPM air gap. It's a better intake than that. And the trick flow aluminum heads right here. Back that up. These came off of the Comet known as Teddy. Trick flow. Yeah, trick flow 170s. And 58 cc chambers, 202-16 valves. So they should it'd be an improvement over what's on the car now. I am going to get new valves for them because these were in the 306 that had the bad lifter, and there was metal particles in the oil, and some of these valves have, see if I can zoom in on here and show you, they've got marks on them like indentations from where the rockers were riding, like a groove. They can probably be ground down flat. And then the first thought when I saw this, well, I'll just have to grind that down a little bit, put lash caps on it. There's not enough valves sticking up for lash caps. Like if you look at this valve here, this has got a dual pattern on it. So I'm just going to buy new valves for it. Lap them. See, new valves are about $400. Trick flow valves. I don't know what I'm going to do yet, folks. But you'll know because it'll be in a video, you know, what I end up doing. All the rockers are in real good shape that came out of it. These are high dollar rockers. They're comp gold rollers. And these, no doubt, have harder steel on them than the tip of that valve. I will be cleaning all the rockers. I'll stick them in the ultrasonic cleaner and make sure that there's no gritty oil in there. And while these valves are out, be replacing the valve seal. That's this cup thing right here. They pull off, push on. And I'm rambling. It's time for me to get on the internet and find some valves and get them ordered up. One of the other things I'm going to be doing to Betty is painting the inside of the hood. Because it could sure use it. So I'll have to get my neighbor down here, help me take the hood off. I was just thinking, since I'm gonna have to get on the internet and order valves for those and seals for those other heads, I might be better off pulling things apart first. Like get all this apart, see what all I'm gonna need, because I know I'm gonna need head gaskets, intake gaskets, you know, header gaskets, valve cover, gaskets, etc. And then order everything at once. I can kind of avoid waiting for some parts possibly. I'll figure it out. I always do. Okay, the first thing I'm going to have to do on this is to drain the coolant and then start taking things apart. Just overlooking it, I can see I'm going to need to take power steering mounting bolt out because it goes into the head. Alternator, same thing as a mounting bolt, goes into the head. Then I got, you know, heater hoses, radiator hoses, distributor, intake, some linkages, things like that. Of course, headers. At least on this car, I can see the header bolts. Looks like I can actually get a wrench on them too. But first step is to drain the coolant. I'm just going to get going on this, start taking things apart. I already got the coolant drained. Now I'm going to, where am I going to start? pick something, distributor. I'm going to unhook all the wires and pull the distributor out of there. I'm going to mark where it is now. And as long as I don't crank the engine over, it'll go right back in. Even if I do crank the engine over, I'm confident I'll be able to put a distributor in the car. Start pulling these wires off. Okay, those are off. ½ inch to get the distributor out. Okay, the rotor pointed over here somewhere. So I got rotor, put a little white mark there, and a corresponding white mark right there on the water pump. Now, I'm gonna get the bolt out of here. Okay, distributor's out. Looking good. I'm going to take the connector apart on the tack wire. Okay. And get these heater hoses out of my way. In fact, I'm going to have to get a bunch of wiring out of the way too. I just pulled the intake, getting the first look at the inside engine. Very, very clean. And it says it's a 5.0 liter block, and it's got the provisions there and there for a spider tray for hydraulic lifters. That means it's a newer block. The heads do say 289 on them. And there's date codes down there. I don't know what they mean though. And I'm going to start pulling out some header bolts, spark plugs. I've got 2 plugs out already on the passenger side. Grab them. They look great. And I just don't don't know how much longer I'm going to be working in here tonight. It's tough on my back, leaning over this front end, and it's a wide span here too. But I'll get done when I can. I have the header unbolted from the head. I got this bolt out of the front that went to the power steering pump. Time now to take all the rocker nuts off, or loosen them so I can get the push rods out. And then there's 10 head bolts that need to come out, and the head will come off. I think that's a 5/8 for the push rods. Looks like I'm going to have to take the nuts all the way off to do this. These appear to be stock push rods. I'm just going to get my impact out and buzz them off of there. Make this process go a lot faster. Because I don't plan to change the cam or lifters at this point in time, only the heads. Not that it's really critical to have the end of the push rod in the same lifter. I'm going to keep it that way. So I'm going to mark each push rod as I pull it out. I'm going to go 1 through 8 on that side, 9 through 16 on this side. I'm going to put an arrow to indicate down for the lifter. And this one's number 9. Underline it. 9. Okay, I've been looking things over here. I got the head off. I've been pulling lifters out and looking at the bottoms of them. They're beautiful. It's exactly what you want to see. Another one. Unfortunately, I can't tell what the cam is. You have to take the thing apart and do that. And there's probably people out there right now saying, oh man, why don't you just put a roller cam in there? A lot of people say stuff like that. But those people that say that, why don't you get your wallet out? Buy a roller cam for this. buy roller lifters for it, buy new push rods, send them to Dan's Messy Garage, PO 30 Box 36, the whole deal. It's real easy to sit there and say, oh man, you should do this, do that. Okay, you finance it, maybe we'll do it. Now, another thing I was doing here is measuring the stroke. 347 is supposed to have a 4030 bore and a 3.4 stroke. This has got a stock bore 400 and a 3-inch stroke. Means it's a 302. It is not a 347 like I was led to believe when I bought the car. So that's not going to change anything. Still going to put the aluminum heads on it and the air gap intake. It'll run that much better than it did, and it ran pretty good as it was. And let's see, I'm going to end this video here. Thank you for watching Dan's Messy Garage and on this episode of Betty. Please stay tuned to my channel for updates on this project and other projects to come. Bye.